All right, welcome everybody. My name is Blair Critch. So excited that you guys are hopping on. If you have any new promoters on your team or somebody that's going to be joining you this week, this is a great opportunity to shoot out a quick text and invite them. This is a great one for them to be on. We will be recording this. So for those of you that have anybody who was unable to make it tonight, we can send them that recording. I'll have it up on the team page shortly after this. But we're so excited you guys are on here tonight. Welcome. I see some faces I know, and I see some faces I don't know. So I'm so excited to have you guys on here tonight. I have to say, Joni's special guest with the baby is winning right now. Like, that is just amazing. I freaking love it. It's one of my favorite things about this business is we can work the business when and where we want because it's cloud-based. So you can take it with you everywhere you go and you can fit it into the nooks and crannies. And I can tell you there were many, many times that my kids listened along with calls while we were in car rides or different things like that. So they actually can tell you my whole Thrive experience story because they've heard me do so many three-way validation calls, right? So we're excited to get this started tonight. Again, my name is Blair Critch. I'm one of your leaders on this United We Thrive team. Hold on one second. Let me just hit mute so it's a clear line for those that are going to be watching later on replay. Perfect. So the agenda of tonight is to kind of walk you through so that you can not only hear my story, Kelly Hoover is also going to be leading this with me tonight. We're both going to share a story with you. We're going to be giving you guys some tips and suggestions and ideas to help you get to your goals, which are hopefully your VIP in your first 2 weeks. And we're really excited to help you guys do that and with some other ideas as well. So the reason we want to share a story with you is because I have found in this business that I have the most success when I'm sharing authentically over selling, right? So when you can share, wow, Thrive has really been working for me. This is what it's been doing. People get excited too. But the same thing with the business opportunity, right? And right now you're just starting out, most of you. And actually do me a favor, if you're new to Zoom, there's a spot at the bottom called chat. And it looks kind of like a little bubble like you would see on the Sunday comics. If you're my age or older and used to actually know what a newspaper was, there was a section called Saturday and Sunday comic strips, and they would have this little bubble on the comics. So if you know how to use that, go ahead and let us know, how long have you been a promoter? And what was the number one reason that you jumped in? So how long have you been a promoter? And what was the number one reason that you jumped in? And Kelly, I'm just throwing this out here. I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but will you take everybody that answers, put them in a wheel decide and pick one winner? The one winner is going to get a free pack of 30-day DFTs from me. So just for being on tonight and for being part of this, we want to make sure we reward you. And you can, so all you have to do is go to the chat and share how long have you been a promoter and what made you decide to jump in. Okay. And there's some people joining right now. So Kelly, maybe if you don't mind typing that in the chat so they can see it too. But like I was saying, sharing is caring, right? We all teach our kids that. Same thing with this. You know, being on the products and having your story to share with others is so helpful. But a lot of times when you're first starting, you might only be a couple days on the product, or you might only be a couple days into the business opportunity. So you're like, how am I going to share this with others? I don't have that story yet. I haven't made, a couple $100 yet, or I haven't had a big aha moment on my product yet. And that's why three-way calls and messages that we call validation is exactly that. It's going to validate to other people. When I decided that I was finally ready to try the Thrive experience, I'd already heard my friend Elisa's story about 100 times because she had tried to get me to Thrive for 6 months and I kept saying no. And she already told me about a few of her mutual friends that we had in common. But what really got me was when I said, okay, I think I'm finally ready to order. She put me on the phone with her friend Sheila. And you know what? My friend Elise kept trying to share with me about the energy and the weight loss. But when I got on the phone with Sheila, she started telling me about how I got rid of her headaches. And guess what? I had headaches I couldn't get rid of. And if I hadn't gotten on that call with Elise, I'm not sure I would have ever clicked to order. And I'm not sure I'd be here where I am today. And I'll tell you guys, it is amazing where I am today. This opportunity, this product has not only changed my health and wellness and my husband's and my kids, but the lifestyle that we get to live now because of the business opportunity is life-changing. So I'm going to share my story with you guys tonight. Kelly's going to share her story with you guys tonight. And you're going to hear lots of other people's stories. And I really, really always say it's part of your tool belt. And you want to have as many stories in your mind as possible. So when you're talking to that friend or that colleague or that old high school friend, or you run into somebody at the soccer field and they start sharing something, you can go, oh, wait a minute. I actually just heard my friend the other day on a Zoom sharing that exact same story. I'm going to put you in a message with her so she can share how it worked for her or him. Okay. So for me, like I said, it took me a while to say yes, because I thought it was crazy that my friend said that a vitamin supplement can make you feel any different, because I've been on vitamins my whole life and never felt different on them. And so very quickly after watching her for 6 months, so not quickly, but very quickly after she put me on that call with Sheila, I did order. And what I noticed that first couple of days was the simplicity, right? I mean, that sold it for me. I thought, this is brilliant. Every single person that I know can actually stay consistent with this. And then I started to have more energy. I started popping out of bed refreshed in the morning. I started having all day energy, playing with my kids in the afternoon instead of taking naps, and actually having conversations with my husband at night and remembering things. The mental clarity was amazing. Mood support, all these things started happening. And by Saturday, my husband took notice and he said, Blair, whatever this is, I want some, order it for me. And my friend told me, if you get 2 people to order underneath you, you get your product for free the following month, and keep getting it for free as long as those 2 or any 2 people order with you. So I was excited, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a loudmouth. And if I love something, I'm telling everybody anyways, right? I think I already have like 6 friends who all own the exact same sneakers from Target because they were on sale 2 weeks ago. And I told every single one of my friends about it. Right. So that's the kind of girl I am. And I get nothing for that from Target. So when I found out I could get Thrive for free, I was like, of course, I'm going to tell people if I feel it. So Ryan ordered first. And the very next day I ran into my best friend. She said, Blair, your skin is glowing. What new skincare line are you using? The only thing I had changed were my vitamins. So she ended up ordering, because all I said to her, and this is a really good hint, guys, keep it simple. I said to her, I don't know what they're going to do for you, but I'll tell you what it's done for me this last week. Number 1, this, right? And I just went through the things it was doing for me. And then I said to her, like, it's non-GMO, gluten-free, and plant-based. What is there to lose? She's like, you're right. I ordered. She ordered right away. And that's when I started looking into the business more. And at the time I was actually selling jewelry. I had taught for a couple of years and stopped teaching and was selling jewelry. And if any of you guys have seen like my whole long story, I'm not going to share all of that tonight, but we have been through a bankruptcy. We have been through my husband's addiction, oxycodone. Like, we were pulling ourselves out of a really rough place in life. And I was selling jewelry so that I could be home with the kids, but also bring income into our family. And it was exhausting. I was trading time for money. I was having to do 12 to 15 shows a month. And when I started digging into the business here, it was like an aha moment. Number 1, residual income. I didn't even know what that meant before, but now I understand. It means that people continue to order every single month on auto ship because they love it. And think about this. What a brilliant marketing idea to have your customers and your promoters refer to so you can get your product for free every single month. Because that means, in my mind, I was thinking that means my customers are working for me too, because like, why would you not want it for free? Right. So they're going to be telling their friends that I would have never met. That's true networking, right? When you have a cousin in Boston, like I do, who starts on Thrive, and then she tells all of her work friends because they can tell the difference in her. And then they end up ordering so that she can thrive for free. They love it. They join the business. They go on to be a 4 or 12K promoter on my team. I would have never met that person if it hadn't been for them trying to thrive for free. So I was like, wow, this is so smart. And then I love the fact that as I started to dig in, there was no yearly fee, no website fee, no app fee, no stocking fee, no inventory. People literally go to your website and order, and the product gets shipped out directly to them. I also love the fact that their mission statement was to help people live a life that they deserve. And at that time, I was selling jewelry for my family and I was having fun with it, but it wasn't bringing me that internal joy of knowing that I was helping somebody. Like, yeah, you can put on a piece of jewelry and feel better about yourself. Like, I'm all about accessories. So like, you can put on a piece of jewelry and feel better about yourself, but it isn't going to impact their family. And when I read that mission statement to help people live a life that they can deserve, I got goosebumps and I knew I needed to look into this even more. And when I found out in your first 2 weeks of business, you can earn over $1,100 in bonuses and money, I was so in, because it was August of 2014. My kids were getting ready to go back to school. They needed sneakers, backpacks, clothes, school supplies, and $1,100 would cover all of that and still give me some leftover money for groceries. And that's where I was. But guess what? I jumped in with both feet. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I started sharing it with everybody I possibly knew. And I wasn't afraid because the product actually works. And within 3.5 weeks, I hit auto bonus, which is the second spot of our compensation plan. And then a few months later, at the end of month 4, I hit 200K, which is the top of our compensation plan. And then almost right before I hit 3 years, I hit millionaire with this company. And I'm sharing that with you guys to show you the potential. Yes, there are bonuses on the table right now, and some of you guys might know about those, and they're amazing, but the overall opportunity of this business is amazing, and you can do with it what you want. And that's what I love. I have people on my team who hit auto bonus with me in that very first few months, 8.5 years ago, and they still get their auto bonus every month. And that's where they want to stay. They're not interested in working more than a couple hours a week on their business, and they love it. Then I have people on my team who, like Kelly, who's going to share a story in a second, literally got to walk away from her full-time job working 60 hours a week where she never saw her family and provide a new opportunity. So we are so glad that you are on here tonight. We're going to be sharing some tips and strategies with you. And Kelly, I'm going to throw it over to you so they can hear another person's story. And then Kelly's going to break down VIP 400, 800, and 1600.
Yes, what's up, everybody? All right, I got most of your names. If you have jumped on, you have not answered in the chat, type in why you joined this business, and we're going to get you entered. I have no idea what Blair's giving away, but she's the best gift giver ever. So, okay, she's giving away a pack of DFTs. Okay, so I've got all your names so far entered, but if you haven't, drop it and I will add you in and we'll pick a random winner. So my name is Kelly Hoover. I am so incredibly excited for you. I am excited that you are here. I will tell you, I do not believe that anybody ends up here by mistake. You are meant to be part of this team, and we are happy to have you and your future thriving teams this month. So I started on the product about 7.5 years ago. I was a Facebook stalker of my friend Amber. We had been in pharmaceuticals together. You guys, if you were to look at my social media now, you wouldn't recognize me then. I posted twice a year, and it was Merry Christmas and thank you for the birthday wishes. But let me tell you, I was stalking everybody else's. All right. I saw my friend Amber talking about her not drinking Red Bull anymore or Starbucks. And I was like, this girl is crazy that this sticker has done this. Okay. But she was giving away a sample. She was giving away a free sample. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but I like free. Sign me up. Right. So of course she said I won, but strategy tip number 1, I didn't randomly win. She selected me because she knew what this product was going to do. And she knew that if I loved it, I would probably, tell everybody too, because I also have a loud mouth. So I got the sample and I sat on it. It sat in a package, unpackaged for 3.5 months. And I tell you that because during this process, as a brand promoter, you will be frustrated at people. Okay. I was one of those people. Love them where they're at. All right. Don't give up on people and don't not follow up with people, because Amber loved me where I was for 3.5 months. I was going through a very, very rare brain tumor. I was going through things that she did not even know about, but I never responded back to her. If I did, I was probably rude. Okay. I needed the product. But one day I woke up, and I don't know what I thought, but I was tired of feeling the way that I was. I was in the other side of my journey. I was afraid to get back to my 60, 50-hour work week. And I knew that she was still showing up, talking about how great she felt from these patches. All right. And so I decided to reach out to her because she kept in my inbox. She kept sharing on social and she kept reaching out to me. So I reached out to her. I said, girl, what'd you send me? I don't even know. Like, I'm going to do it. And I did it. Day 1, I didn't feel anything. All right. I didn't feel a darn thing. I knew it was easy. And I knew I had failed at a lot of other programs because they were too hard. There were too many rules. They were too expensive, but this was simple. I was like, oh, I take my capsules. I take my lifestyle mix and I put on my DFT, and I don't have to do anything else the rest of the day. I don't have to take a big old bag of special food and yada, yada with me when I go to work. So that's the first thing when I'm sharing my story with someone, that's the first thing they hear from me is the simplicity. That is a busy mom lifestyle. This works because everything else I tried didn't. Okay. Day 3 for me, I had mental clarity. I didn't even know I was foggy. All right. I had mental clarity that it was like cobwebs were gone. I walked into a room and I remembered why I walked in. All right. Before I sometimes would walk in and I would say, why did I come here again? And people, if you have that feeling, you know that feeling. Day 3, again at 8:30 at night, I sat there at my kitchen in a dirty sink full of dishes like I did every other night. But this time I felt motivated to wash them, to put them in the dishwasher, to clean up after dinner. And let me tell you, that was not normal for my family. I usually left a dirty sink full of dishes till the next morning because I was tired, not because of any other reason, because I was tired. So that's what I share about my day 3 story. I loved how I felt on this product, but the game changer for me was day 10. I had been a terrible sleeper ever since I was a parent. Most of my adult life, I had gotten normal because everyone I knew felt like crap and slept like crap, and I had normalized it and I thought it was normal. It's not normal. All right. Day 10, I woke up, I'd slept through the night. I slept amazing. And that is when I knew that I would take this product forever. And that was when I said, I'm just sending her people. All right. I had no interest in the business. All right. I want you guys to hear when I say that. I was not the girl. I had zero experience. I had 300 friends on social media. I knew them all. All right. I didn't even accept people I didn't know because I didn't want, my bubble was tight. But I say that because I didn't have any interest in the business. I didn't have time for this business. My husband traveled. I had 2 young kids and I worked 60 hours a week. All right. I had a nanny raising my children. That's where I was in life. She said to me, told me about Refer To, get yours for free. All right. I started sending her people that I knew that were tired, that saw me in the grocery store, that saw me, at the elementary school. And they were like, girl, you're looking peppy. I'm like, I know this sticker, like this thing. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't need to know, but I referred them to her. All right, you guys, I had referrals. I sent people and she looked at me, and I want y'all to hear this because these people will enter your life. She wasn't afraid to say to me, Kelly, you can earn the money or I can. You're already doing what you do to grow this business. I was like, I don't have time. She's like, you're already doing it. I was like, I don't have any experience. She's like, I'll show you how. I don't do anything on social media. Girl, we will teach you what you need to know. Be a good copycat. Show up, be coachable, follow the leader. You follow someone you identify with and you follow what they do. The best copycat wins. I was like, okay, well, I can do that. I know how to do that. So I just showed up. I learned. I still was working 60 hours. Okay. So I want you to know very, very clearly that had she not said that, I wouldn't be here today. And some of you that I've introduced the product to, or you've been introduced because of someone that I've introduced, we wouldn't be here. But she had the courage to say it. And I will also tell you, don't always assume that it's money people want. Listen, money is good, right? We all love money. We can do a lot of great things when we have more. It gives us options in life. But it was time for me, and she knew that. She knew how hard I was working. She knew I didn't have time with my kids. I missed so much of my kids' life. She painted the picture. She had already left her career. I never thought that was an option for me, but she kept painting the picture for me for what mattered to me. And 13 months later, I quit my 15-year pharmaceutical career. And if you guys know anything about pharmaceutical reps, I'm going to make zero claims here, but I made good money. All right. The enticement of the income wasn't there. Now, granted, has it blessed me more than that career ever would have? Yes, it has changed our family's life. However, I will tell you that that's not why I said yes. I said yes because I wanted to go on the field trips with my kids. I wanted to be at the bus stop when my kids got off. I wanted to be able to make a snack when they had it. And I am living that. So I want to tell you that because not everybody has the same. So you have to share, you have to have that confidence. And that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with, how do you help someone? How do you hit VIP 400? VIP 800, VIP 1600. So first thing you need to know is it is a volume for volume. Okay, so $1 equals $1, right? $100 order equals $100 in QV, qualifying volume. All right, so when you come in and you are brand new, your very, very first goal is VIP 400. 400 means $400 in online orders from your website. It means 2 people thriving with you. 1 person thriving as a customer on auto ship, 1 person thriving as a brand promoter. that has spent $100 or more. Okay. You achieve that goal, then you get $200 bonus, $100 in free products and normal commission based on what they ordered. It can be more than two people, but it has to be at least two. If you log into your back office, I promise you the back office, I love it because I like graphics and I like to see achievements. I'm like, oh, it's 100%. I'm at 50%. I'm at 72%. Log in. Everything you do in this company will be there. And just know that your leaders they don't get to see those things. So you have to, don't assume that they know because they don't know. They don't get to see your back office. That's your office, right? So share that with them. If you're like, I'm close. Share that with them. And then if you're leading your team, know that they may not know that you don't see it. Sometimes people just assume. So VIP 400. All right. To hit VIP 800, you're going to double that. It's double the volume. So it's $800 in online orders. It's 4 people thriving with you, 2 customers on auto ship, 2 brand promoters that order as a brand promoter. You get another $200 bonus, more commission, and then you double it again. So VIP 1600. Okay, that is $1,600 in online orders. 8 people ordering with you. 4 of those people have to have ordered as a customer on auto ship, and 4 people have to have ordered as a brand promoter. They do not have to order the package. They just have to order at least $100 or more. Now, I know we're going to offer some time for Q&A, but I know that that's a lot to take in. Okay. These are called fast start bonuses. There are graphics. If you're not in our newbies chat, please get added into the newbies chat. We'll post here. Blair or I will post that graphic, or if somebody else, a leader on the call, wants to post that graphic. I like visuals so you can kind of see what we're talking about. But just know, ask questions. We don't expect anyone new to get this. That's why I always tell my team, you introduce me to the people, I will earn your bonus for you. All right. You just have to bring the people, and you can't just bring 1 or 2. You have to bring more than 1 or 2, right? And we will do that because that's how you're going to learn. All right, so a few things. Blair, do you want me to talk really quick about a few ideas of getting them for VIP, or we're going to talk about that later?
Sure, go ahead. I'm talking about creating your list and getting
I
your
got you. I got
couple
the
people
agenda
started.
now. I just looked at it. Thank you. Blair's really good about keeping us organized. So she sends us an agenda and she tells me what to talk about. So I want to make sure I don't go off, But what I love about VIP 400, the most important thing you heard Blair say in the beginning is opening your mouth and sharing your story. Sometimes people will say like, well, gosh, I made this post, but nobody said anything. You guys, I'm going to give you an analogy about social media. All right. Because now I will consider myself a pretty good expert on social media. I have taken a lot of classes. I've spent a lot of time learning. I'm going to give you this analogy and I hope it makes sense. Because, it's maybe a little, it'll be easy to follow. Okay. So I want you to think about somewhere that you drive every day, or you drive several times a week. Okay. Let's say I'm going to use an example. I drive from my home to my kids' school very often on a regular basis. Okay. I see the same billboards every day. All right. The same billboards are there. I'm crossing it, and I'm going to give you an example of this billboard that you see every day going to the same place you go a lot is about a new restaurant. All right. This billboard's about a new restaurant. You don't notice it. You drive by it every day, but you don't see it. But guess what? When Amy Ann says to you, oh my gosh, I just ate the best steak and the best sweet potato at this new restaurant, Kelly, you have got to go try this restaurant. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. They have a great kids menu. You're going to love it, girl. You got to go try it. We're like, okay, whatever. Okay. It may go in and out one ear, but guess what? When I drive by that billboard the next time, I'm going to be like, oh, wait, that's the restaurant Amy Ann was talking about. That I've never noticed the billboard before, but now that my friend Amy Ann told me that she had eaten there, I see it. All right. So how does that work for you in your business? Your social media post is your billboard. People see it, but they don't know what you're talking about until you get into their inbox and you share your story. Then they see your post and they're like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay. They see you sharing somebody else's testimony. Oh, I can relate with her. I can relate with him. But until they go together, you will not have a thriving business. All right. I'm just being honest. You have to do both. If you want to win, you want to hit these VIPs, you just cannot throw up posts. If you're going to do one, share your story. You have to share your story with people. Right. So what Blair and I just did, I mean, you practice your story, go live about your story, talk on your stories on social media about your story. That's how you will earn your VIP. All right. And as soon as someone asks you a question, they say, well, what are the difference in the patches? Or like, can I take my medicine with this? Because that's a question you're going to get. How much does it cost? Those are questions you're going to get, right? It doesn't matter if you've been in it a day or 7 years, you're going to get those questions. You're going to say, you know what? I don't really know all the answers. I just know I love how I feel. And I want everybody to feel this way. Let me introduce you to my friend Blair, because she's the expert. She's going to tell you everything. And then you get on a 3-way phone call or a 3-way chat. And you introduce your person who's asking questions. And you say, hey, Blair, this is my girlfriend, Jennifer. Listen, Jennifer, she saw my post, and listen, she is a mom just like me. She is, whatever you relate to her about, you introduce and say, look, she has some questions. I want to make sure that she gets her answers answered, Blair. And then you say, Jennifer, this is my friend Blair. She's the expert. She's the one who introduced me to it. She knows all the questions, and just ask her anything. She is going to help you out. And then you're quiet. But it is your responsibility to go back in and check in. But then you're going to let Blair's going to come in. She's going to share her story, and she's going to ask a question, and you're going to learn. You're going to sit back and you're going to learn, and Blair's going to sit there and earn your bonus for you. All right. And then when you create your team, you're going to do the same for them. So that is truly the only thing. You don't overcomplicate this. Share your story, post on social media. And think about this, the amount of people, this is also another thing before I give it back to Blair to talk about creating your list, because this is going to go right into what she's saying. One of the misconceptions, I think, when new people come in is that they think, okay, well, I shared it with 7 people. Okay, you guys, I'm just going to say, if you have big goals, if you want to hit VIP 1600, unless all 7 of those people are going to order with you the moment that you share, you need to share your story with more. So I think about like your ratio. What's your sales ratio? It depends on if you're confident, if you're good at sales, whatever. Everybody's different. But let's say I have a ratio of 20%. I reach out to 10 people. 20% of that is 2. 2 will purchase. If I reach out to 100, I have 20%. I got 20 people purchasing. All right. So think about the activity. Think about where your goals are. All right. It is when you're going for these VIPs, you have to just share with your story, because they may thrive with you now, or they may thrive with you in 3 months or in 6 months or in 7 months. You don't know, but they will thrive with you if you can tell the story. All right. So Blair, I'm going to toss it back over to you, because I think that'll lead into your creating list.
Awesome. Yes. I felt the fire, girl. All right. I love that analogy too about the billboard. So one of the things as you're trying to prepare to hit VIP 400, VIP 800, VIP 1600, right? We know that's in the first 14 days or first 14 days of your business, first 2 weeks. So one of the things that I always love to do is to start with a list of names. And here's why. As you start to build your business in the beginning, it's going to be most likely with people that you know, right? You might bump into somebody tomorrow at the soccer field and tell them, they're complaining about how awful they feel or how tired they are, and you share Thrive with them, and they might order with you. And that is going to be how you sustainably continue to build your business. I'm constantly meeting new people and sharing Thrive with them everywhere I go. But when I'm trying to hit a bonus like you are with VIP 400, VIP 800, and VIP 1600, I've got to go directly to people and share with them, right? So I want you to think about this tonight when we get off. I want you to make 3 lists. The first list is your your get out of jail list. Like literally, if you went to jail tonight, who would you call? So when I first started 8.5 years ago, I was like, okay, I have like 6 people. And I always say, never put Consumer Reports people on there. What does that mean? Somebody who needs to research every little thing about everything and ask you a million questions. Okay. That's my mom and dad. Like before they buy a refrigerator, they are looking at every single Consumer Reports and they like take 3 months to buy the refrigerator. Okay. But I'm the kind of girl where if I'm like, oh my gosh, my fridge broke today, I'm running down to Best Buy, whatever's the best option is what I'm getting. Like that's my personality. Right. So you have to know what I mean when I say Consumer Reports people. So my get out of jail list was 6 people. 2 of them were cousins, the rest were friends. And I want you to be direct with that list. It's going to be a much shorter list, but they're the people that trust, know, and like you. So I reached out to them and I said, listen, this is going to sound crazy, but I've been using these vitamins for 10 days now. They are non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based. I love how I feel with them. They are so simple to take. Here's what I've been noticing. More energy all day. I'm not needing coffee to get through my day. I'm actually in a good mood. I'm not yelling at my kids. I can remember things again. My foggy brain is gone. I'm sleeping better at night. I'm waking up refreshed in the morning, not having to hit the snooze button. Oh, and by the way, Ryan said I'm actually nice in the evening. So here's my deal. I'm reaching out to you because I think you could benefit from this too. I know the other day you were complaining about how exhausted you were. So give this a shot for 30 days. Trust me, because I'm putting my name by this company and I'm going to need some stories to be able to share beside just mine. Okay. I was very direct. However, you say that in your own way of saying it, right? But I always brought it back to some reason why I think it would benefit them. Okay. So I did that with 6 people. Guess what? 3 of them or 4 of them were like, yeah, Blair, order me right away. Show me how to do it. A couple of them had questions. And as soon as they asked me a question, much like what Kelly just said, I go, that is such a great question. And I need to learn the answer to that too. I'm putting you on a message with my friend Elise, and she'll answer that for you. Then I pop her in a message with Elise, either a 3-way message or a 3-way call, whoever your leaders are. That I'm just using Elise because that's who brought me in. And so when I put that person on a message with Elise, it was, hey, Melissa, this is Elise. Ask her those questions you were just asking me. Elise, this is my friend, Melissa. She's also a mom. She's tired all the time. It's why I thought of her. And I would love for you to share your story with her and answer her questions. Now they're going to hear Lisa's story and they're going to ask her questions, right? Even if I know the answer. Guys, I've been doing this for 8.5 years. I still put people in 3-way messages because it validates. They're like, oh, it's been working for Blair, but oh, it also works for that girl, Kelly. Oh, wait a minute. That girl, Kelly, said that she had this. I didn't hear that in Blair's story. Now I really want to try the product, right? So that's your short list. The next list I want you to create is anybody who you think the product would benefit. Okay. So think about the things that it's done for you. Think about the things that it's done for whoever invited you into this business. But then I also am going to challenge you to go to our Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com/Level Brands, Level Brands. That's going to take you to the company's Facebook fan page, and there's story after story. There's also a button there that says videos. If you click that, it takes you to the YouTube channel and you can read even more and watch even more. This is going to jog your memory. I will never forget what happened to me 8.5 years ago. I was reading those stories. One was about a fire captain, and all of a sudden I was like, duh. One of my friend's husband's a fire captain. I reached out to her. He immediately was like, I need to try this, because I sent him the story. So you could always take a story from the Facebook fan page or YouTube. You click the share button, you copy the link that it gives you and paste it into a message with somebody. It will take them directly there. So it took them to that story. They read that story. His wife and the fire captain ordered. And guess what? In 2 months, he had auto bonus, which means their car was paid for. Okay. That was simply by me sharing that story. So I want you to make a list of people. I made a commitment to myself that I was going to make a list of 100 in a week. Okay. So those first couple of days, I think I was, thinking about a few people here and there, but I committed to writing down 100 names. I want you to also think about who are your old high school friends, old college friends, because guess what? They're the same age as you, and they're feeling all the crappiness that you were feeling before you started Thrive. Old friends that you work with, if you have kids, your kids' friends, parents, and all these different people, right? As well as your family and your friends and your neighbors. Third list, I want you to think about who the business opportunity would benefit, because here's the thing. When you're going for VIP 400, let's say you got to have 1 auto ship customer and 1 promoter. When you go for VIP 800, 2 auto ship customers, 2 promoters, right? So you need to be thinking who would be great at the business. Now, it might be somebody who understands multiple streams of income. It might be somebody who already owns a small business. It might be that PTA president of your school, because she's talking to a whole lot of mamas. And if she loves it, she's going to be telling everybody else about it. Who's that loudmouth in your area? right? I have a few friends, I call them the mayor of our town. They know everything that's happening every single weekend, right? People like that are great. Also think about people who could use an extra stream of income or just would be great. And I also thought, who's ever complimented me on anything that has to do with business, right? Because I did have a jewelry business before this. So I thought back to even men and women who have ever complimented me. And I reached out to them. I'm like, you've already seen me build a business before. Come join me, right? I thought of my old teacher friends. They need extra income because it's very hard. Think about that, guys. This is a great time to be reaching out to teachers, especially because it's getting close to the end of the school year. And then they have all summer to make money, build a residual business, go back to teaching in the fall, and their business is already running. Okay. So those are some different ideas. And you're going to start to reach out to those people and you're going to authentically share like something like this. Okay. Your conversation can be as simple as, hey, Melissa, I thought of you yesterday. I started using this product. I thought of you because I know you're a teacher and I know you work so hard for those students. And I read a story about another teacher who it really helped. And I would love to get you some more information. Are you open to learning more about a non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based vitamin supplement that can help you have all day energy? Okay. It's as simple as that. Start reaching out. Don't get overwhelmed with what to say. Share authentically. Okay. Share what's in it for them. Share how it's working for you and ask them if they're open to learning more about the business or the product. Okay. So that's how you're going to create your list. And then how are you going to hit that very first bonus of one auto ship customer or one promoter? It's by reaching out to a bunch of these people and then putting them, as soon as they have interest, you get their name, which hopefully you know, their email, and you set them up with a free customer account. If you don't know how to do that yet, get back with the person who invited you into this business to learn how to set up free customer accounts. Because as soon as you set that person up with access, a free customer account, I call it access, to see more and learn the ingredients and learn about the products, that now links them to you. So whether they order right away or they're like me and they wait 6 months, or they're like Kelly and they wait 3 months, that they are now linked to you. And so whenever they do order, it's going to go towards you. So that's really important. And again, we're trying to hit bonuses. So you're going to reaching out to the people who you know are more likely to say, yes, let's go. Yes, get me more information. You're putting them in those messages. And then you're asking them, are you ready to give yourself the gift of 30 days? I'm going to give you guys 2 of my favorite quotes. Are you ready to give yourself the gift of 30 days? Let's get you started. And my other one that I love, when I'm talking to somebody about the products, I say, if I gave you a magic wand and you could change one thing about your body or your health this month, what would it be? Because what does that do? That sets me up with what they are hurting. What is their pain points? What is it that they need? And if they say to me, I want to lose 30 pounds, I go, great. Well, this product is definitely going to help you lose weight, but it's not going to happen in 3 days. So let's get you started on a full month and see what it can do for you. You know, maybe they say, you know what, I have headaches all the time and I'm so exhausted. Awesome. Let's give yourself the gift of health for the next 30 days. Let's order and let's get you feeling your best. I have no doubt it's going to help you with that. Okay. So, and a lot of you guys ordered promoter packs last month. So make sure you join us tomorrow night for our team huddle, where we're going to be talking about sampling, but you also got promo codes with that. So sometimes if people are like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, remember I told you that short list, the get out of jail list? I had 4 people who said, yes, I'll order right away. I didn't put them on a 3-way message right away. I got their order in. And then I put them in a 3-way message and said, hey, while you're waiting for your product to arrive, I want you to hear my friend Elisa's story and ask her any questions so you can get excited. Okay, getting them excited and ready. So use those $20 off promo codes to get people to go ahead and place their order if they're ready. Okay. The other thing too is it feels so good to hit those bonuses as quickly as you can, because it shows you can do it. So same thing for your new promoters too. You know, who are the first 2 people that you can think of that would order with you? Reach out to them. There is a benefit of being a promoter, even if they're not thinking they might not want to promote right away. The benefit of ordering as a promoter is there is no fees and you get the amazing discounted price as if you're an auto ship customer, but you don't have to be on auto ship. So maybe like you might have a friend, this happened to me, who was like, I will never be on auto ship. I hate auto ship. I had a bad experience, which by the way, does not happen with Lavelle because you are in charge of your own auto ship as a customer. You can log in anytime, hit pause or delete, but I respect that. And she said, I will not do it. And I said, how about this? Click become a promoter. There's no fees. There's no anything. Click become a promoter and order whenever you need to every couple months. And actually, if you love Thrive and you were ready to get started on it, you can order the 200 pack, but I would recommend the 400 pack because that's going to give you 2 boxes of capsules, one women, one's men's if you want, so that you and your husband can both get started at the same time. You're both going to love it. I have no doubt within the first week, you're going to share it with 2 people who order on auto ship and you're not going to have to pay for your product anymore. Okay. I know it's a lot. I'm speaking really fast, guys, but this will be recorded. You can always go back. But that is one of the biggest ways that you're going to be able to continuously work your business and hit these goals right away is by getting the opportunity to put as many people in messages with your leader as possible, getting them the information, setting them up a free customer account and making sure they know what the benefit for them is of getting started either as a promoter or as a customer and why they would want to hurry up and do this, right? And guys, also think about this. We're getting close to summer. And what happens in the summer? Everybody wants to be fit. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be healthy. And everybody wants to have energy in the summer so they can enjoy all the fun stuff that they have planned with their family. So this is a great opportunity. And there are bonuses on the table on top of the VIP 400, 800, 1600. You have the opportunity of anytime you hit any rank in our company this month, you get that in a matching bonus. So the first rank is 4K. That means you brought in $4,000 worth of volume anywhere on your team in the month of April, you would earn a $4,000 bonus. Plus, if you hit 4K in your first 30 days, you also get a free pair of Maui Gym sunglasses, any pair you want on the website, which is so exciting. So there's so many bonuses out there for you. You can see all those trackers in your cloud office. Before I throw it back to Kelly to share about like how to get a couple posts out there, if that's something that you're not used to, I do want to show you guys 2 things really quick. All right, so this is Facebook that I'm on right now. Our team page is called United We Thrive. We'd love for you to be a part of it because in here, if you go to guides, you can see all kinds of amazing training. If you're a new promoter, start here. And then you can start learning more things like how to do social media, etc. We also have an amazing spot. It's right here on media. If you're on your phone, there's a hamburger up here, 3 lines. When you click that, you'll see guides and media. But media, you can go and we have all these albums. And guess what, guys? These are all available to you. All of these pictures, all of these graphics, all of these ideas are here for you, okay, in one spot. And so we want to make sure you guys know that's available. And also, like Kelly said before, oh, actually, I don't think it was on this one. You can always see at the top what's going on for the whole week. So tomorrow we have a team huddle. All that information is here. And when I was showing you that very first guide that said new promoters start here, the very first thing is how to get to the promoter playbook. This whole paper, I would print out this whole playbook. It gives you step by step what to do every single day. Day 1, do this. It gives you ideas of things to post. It gives you the VIP tracker so you can follow along. So all of that is available to you guys as well. And I asked Kelly if she would end tonight with sharing, first of all, who won, Kelly. But second of all, will you also share 2 things? If people are ready to put up a post about what they're doing or a live, how would you suggest they do it? And also a curiosity post to get some engagement going.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so as far as posting goes, if you have not made a post yet, or you're getting ready to, maybe you've made 1 or 2, one of the best things that you can do in the beginning, your very first week, either pre-launching, you're waiting on your products, or your products are here, is put some sort of curiosity post out there. Okay, put a post out there that is asking some sort of question. All right. And it could be, it can be anything simple. It could be something about something about dinner, like healthy meals. I started on a new healthy lifestyle. What are your go-to healthy meals? What are your go-to healthy snacks? What are your go-to healthy people to follow? Okay. It could also be like, we have a lot. I will say that I'm not going to give a ton of them because we have a lot of resources in the team page and on our boards app, which you can find that in the team page too. And there is a ton, but something to create engagement. All right. You want to ask a question that has nothing to do about Thrive, but something to get people talking on your page, having conversations. All right. This is going to help generate your algorithm, kind of warm up your algorithm for when your Thrive post does come. More people will see it. If you just don't post at all, or you don't have a lot of talking on your page, then you post a Thrive post and nobody's going to see it. So ask some engaging things. Another thing that I would encourage you, if you are like, oh, I've already posted, it's okay. Ask an engaging question. I encourage you to do this like every week. Ask something. If you see someone else post something, make it your own. Take it and make it your own. You can also go to Google or go to Pinterest and just say, like, what are engaging questions? All right, there is a ton. Another thing I would strongly encourage you to do, and we're going to be talking about samples tomorrow night on the huddle, so I'm not going to go into that. But I do know that there was a lot of there's a lot of strategy around sampling. All right, so I hope you'll tune in tomorrow. It's a lot of strategy, especially when you're in your first 30 days, especially when you're in your first 2 weeks, right? Because sampling does sometimes slow down the process of people ordering. But I also want you to think about this, that 30 days of the Thrive experience is a 30-day sample. All right. Think about, I've been on it. I shared with you, I've been on it for years. All right. So a 30 days was a 30-day sample. So I want you to think about a post where maybe you're doing a giveaway. All right. Maybe you are saying you're doing some sort of giveaway of a sample. Maybe I just saw one that we used to use for a long time, and I'll post it in the newbies chat when we get off of here. But it's like, for me, I could say something like, hey, I say tired, you say mom. Whoever is the person who says tired before I says mom gets a free sample. All right, so what that does is I've got a bunch of people, they want to win something, and they're just putting tired a million times, right? And it creates a lot of fun. It's sort of a game. You can do like duck, duck, goose that way. I'm going to show you the example because it's kind of hard to explain. Also, when you get your products, do a live, an unboxing video. Interview someone. And I know lives, you may be like, I'm freaked out. I promise you, people like lives. If you are familiar with TikTok, with Instagram or Facebook Reels, do that. If you're not, that's okay. There are so many different ways to do it. But you want to create engagement. What you do not want to do, all right? And if you've done this, it's okay, all right? I would just encourage you to not do, like, to just create some engagement and not post like straight up products and graphics from like the company. Like when the company sent out the customer graphic that says like free biotic, free shipping, like do not throw that up on your page, because Facebook and Instagram, they know that. They're not going to show it to anybody. You can have the best well-written story. No one's going to see it. Okay, no one will see it because Facebook will hide that. They think you're trying to sell something, and that is against their rules. So if you're going to put that, put it on a picture of you. And I know sometimes, y'all, I used to think it was so weird. I was like, this is so weird putting so many pictures of myself. It makes me feel like I'm so conceited. People are going to think like, oh my God, she thinks she's so this, right? And I used to kind of think that about people. And I'm like, oh, you guys, they want to see you. They want to know your story. They wouldn't be friends with you or following you if they didn't. All right. People see things in a photo. So if you're trying to say something, like if you're trying to say I was worn out and I'm not, go reenact being worn out on the couch. This was me last week. It's not anymore. Go think about something to create curiosity and create that engagement. Think about that. People do want to see you. They want to see your loved ones. They want to know what's going on with your patch, with your DFT, wherever you're wearing it. So think about when you're posting, and then I'll definitely specifically at the end, maybe the second week or the end of your VIP, would definitely do some sort of fun giveaway for a sample that will generate a ton of leads for you. You can give away, I mean, that's how I got started. Amber did a video and she was giving away a sample, and there was like 40 people that commented on it. I'm sure she gave away a lot of samples, but on her post, she said she was giving one, and I won it. Like, I was like, wow, this is so cool. I can't believe I won. People like to win, but it gives you all of these things. So just be smart when you're going out there. Don't give them all the goods. Like, don't go out there and just be like, Thrive is the best. We know it's the best, right? But when you say that and when you do that, people are like, I'm turned off. They don't want to be sold to. Who wants to be sold to? Nobody. They don't. Everywhere we go, we're being sold to. You need to draw people in. You need to share your story. And I promise you, if you don't know how to do that, which most people don't, We will teach you. This team is phenomenal people. I mean, there are some phenomenal social media people here on this Zoom in our leadership group. So follow somebody. If you see something they like, take a picture of it, create your own. Don't copy theirs, but create your own and tell your own story. Get ideas, you guys. And don't worry if you don't know how. You will learn how. 7 o'clock Eastern on Sunday nights. We just finished up. Some of you were on. We have a content planning. We plan out our week. We plan out our content. We always share good ideas for what you can post, and you can always ask questions. Okay, so we're going to close it out. We will talk more about samples tomorrow, but we want to open it up for Q&A, you guys. Oh, and Blair, I sent you the winner. Did you already announce it? Okay, cool. All right, so you guys, I'm gonna go back and look at the oh, I see, congratulations. Okay, yay. All right, good job, Candace. All right, so you guys, if you have any questions, raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask, because I promise you, like, this is a safe place. If you have it, other people do as well, because there's a lot to cover. And we want to make sure that you get out of tonight what you came here to get out of. So I'm going to pause for a minute. Or you can type it in the chat if you don't want to unmute. Well, Blair, we must have just knocked it out.
We must have nailed it.
Yes. You guys, and if there is something that you want to know, like I see Dylan on there about Facebook Reels, I'm just telling you, if you're open to learning something, short video content, like TikTok Reels, I mean, I promise you, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's not that hard. That is definitely something you can go in YouTube and, figure it out. If you have questions, we definitely have training on it too. But it's definitely something that is, converts very easily. It definitely, if you're consistent with it, it will convert.
Hey, Kelly, it's Kimberly.
Hey, yes.
Hey. All right, so I'm going to speak up. I think for my team, I've got a couple of girls on here. I had one that dropped off. She couldn't get on, and she was on FaceTime with me, and her phone went out. But so I think in my personal experience, I think my biggest challenge was like making that first post, right? Like, what do you say? Like, how do you just put yourself out there? Because it is really uncomfortable. And I've been in corporate sales for a long time, but this is a totally different world that we live in, right? So what do we say? How do we make it a comfortable post? How do you make a comfortable conversation with someone that you're just connecting with at the gym or at basketball or whatever? How can you help everybody in this group kind of push that across the
So I'll give you my answer, and then I'll let Blair share hers. So I would say your very first post should be create some sort of engagement. It shouldn't have anything to do about Thrive, because if you're not someone who's used to posting on social media, I get it. Like, Kimberly, it's like, I'm about to show my full deck of cards. I'm nervous. What if no one likes it? What if people judge me? Like, I get it. So I would put a social media post out there that engages people. All right. It gets you comfortable. It gets you comfortable talking about something that's not Thrive related. All right. And that is the first thing I would do. It has nothing to do with Thrive. All right. So some of those engaging posts that we talked about, asking a question, people love to give their opinion, y'all. So just ask something that people want to share their opinion on that is health maybe related, right? So it kind of leads you into that conversation. Then when you make the next post, I wouldn't necessarily go out there and say, like, Thrive changed my life. Thrive did this, Thrive did that. The next post can be something curiosity. It can be something as simple as, like, 3 days ago, I trusted a friend. 3 days ago, my mornings changed. I'm blown away with what I'm feeling right now. It can be something. I haven't said anything about Thrive. I haven't told you anything. I cannot wait to share with you what's happening. Message me if you want to know the secret. And it can be a picture of you, right? It can be something as simple as that, because what are people doing when they see that post? They're like, what is Kimberly doing? What is she talking about? What's such a secret? And then the third post, and I'm just kind of outlining it here for you because there's no wrong or right answer, you guys. You got to do what works for you. But I think the third post could easily be you and the very first thing that you felt, the very first two things you felt. You know, like for me, I would say I had mental clarity that blew my socks off. I didn't even know I had a foggy brain. I was actually not yelling at my kids to get to school in the morning because we were running late because I slept so good at night. I know a lot of you are tired, you know, and you can tell something specific about that. And the biggest advice I can give you, and then I'm gonna have Blair share, and thank you guys for sharing in the chat. You guys are giving y'all some great ideas. Take a picture of this with your phone, or you can save the chat. You can save the chat down in the bottom. It'll save your computer. But the next thing that I would say is don't overthink it. All right, 10% of people on your friends list see your post. If you have 1,000 friends, only 100 are gonna see it anyways. Don't overthink it. Just post. Because the more and more you'll get comfortable, you will. The worst thing you can do is not post. You cannot say anything wrong. Blair, I'm gonna let you share. You're muted.
Oh, I just shared 4 great ideas in the chat, guys. But here's the deal. I'm not kidding. Everything I pretty much just shared with you is already on the team page under media, under albums, under curiosity posts. So those are there for you guys, and they're screenshots of people's actual posts that have given them good results. So like, I didn't just slap up any of them. I slapped up the ones for promoters who are like, holy crap, I had 72 people comment. And here's my top tip on that. So let's say you use the one that I just said about being a crabby mommy or not yelling at my kids. That was my #1 best one. All I said, I couldn't post about Thrive for my first 3.5 weeks because I left that jewelry company and I wasn't allowed to. So that post about, wow, by changing my morning routine, I haven't yelled at my kids in a week. Unbelievable. Hashtag can't believe it, right? Or something like that. I had, I think 80 something comments on that, like, what you doing? Or that's hilarious. Or how in the world do you not yell at your kids? And so people are like, where are you meditating? What's going on? I sent each person a comment underneath what they wrote and said, I know it's crazy, right? I'm sending you a private message. And every single person, I sent them a private message. I didn't talk about Thrive on that thread because I didn't want one naysayer to say something to upset somebody else, right? I took it to private message and I said, Melissa, I know you just commented on my post. It is shocking. I know you will not believe what is going on. And I did this all voice messaging. I think that's so much more exciting for them to hear your excitement in your voice. And I was like, so here's the deal. I literally changed my morning routine with 3 simple steps of a non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based vitamin supplement system that made me feel better, show up better, have better energy, have a better mood, have better mental clarity, and better sleep at night. And I'm like actually an amazing mom this week. Let me know if you want to hear more. I would love to get you more information. I'm on fire for this product. Okay. And you have to say in your own words, like, that's me. That's how I talk to my friends. Right. So like, you know, be careful how you reach out to people because you want it to be authentic to you. Don't use my words, but use the idea that I just said in your words. Okay. And again, a lot of this stuff is on the team page and you guys can get that there.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah. I think we're going to close it up. You could with that, Kelly? Congratulations to Candace on free DFT. We'll be doing this again next weekend, but not on Sunday because it's Easter. So out of respect for everybody and for my family and Kelly's family. So we're going to do it Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So put that on your calendar, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Invite other people, especially as you start to get new promoters this week on your team. Invite them to join us Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be doing something similar to this. And also, again, answering any questions that people have.